Good morning, E39 source. Today, I will be installing an Illuminated M5 shift knob in a 540i M Sport with a non-illuminated 6-speed shift knob. Firstly, here's the new shift knob I'm going to be installing. It is the, I believe, 2001 to 2003 BMW M5 shift knob. 2511 2282 400. So that is the BMW part number. I bought this from ECS Tuning for around $137. I apologize for shaking the camera guy here today. I'm holding my iPhone 5 and my hand is shaking because it is rather chilly out here today. So, firstly, what I'm going to do to install this shift knob is I'm going to remove this center console trim, remove this shift knob, and see exactly what I have to do to reroute wires. I believe I want to reroute the wire from this ashtray up to the shift knob. If I can, I would love to keep the OEM ashtray light working in here. As far as this trim is concerned, before anyone comments on it, I'm aware there are cracks in it, and that does not stay closed. I'm aware it needs replaced, and that will be handled in the very near future. So I've watched and I've read a lot about how to remove these shift knobs in the past, and what I've heard is the best way is to open up your sunroof, spread eagle, sit on the center console, and just pull this off. So, that's what I'm going to do. And we're done. So, there is the shift knob without the knob on it. Alright, so the next step for me is to remove this center console, then get to the screws under here, then get to these two screws up here. Alright, so if you missed my other E39 source video, or you don't know much about these cars, how to get this center armrest off is you simply remove your cup holder, or your cup holder tray, right here. I have the OEM tray. You remove your vents by sliding them down and pulling out. Put them over here. Then you have two screws for your center armrest, and then this slides off. Here's what it looks like when the center console is off. You have two screws here, two screws there, and one screw there. So, I'm going to remove all 5 of those screws and get back to you once I'm done. Alright, so now that you have those screws out, you will see that there are 5 screws, and now your trim is almost ready to come out. I pulled on this corner a little bit already because it didn't look like it was going to break free too easily, but I got it free. And now you're going to need to remove your buttons. So, to remove your buttons, basically you stick your hand under here and you push up from underneath, and you do the same over here. The button comes out. To save all of you the hassle, how you get the plug off the hazard light is very simple. However, I did not know. So, you stick a small little screwdriver in that hole next to the wires and pull. It'll come right off. I didn't know that. I was just trying to pull it out, and as you can see, I got a very tiny little nick in that corner. However, it'll still work fine. So with these buttons out, they reveal yet another screw. So I'm going to take that out, and hopefully the center console will pop right out. Okay, so with the center console completely out and down by my feet, you can see that it is a mess in here. Let me take a minute and explain exactly what I did. Now, since you've seen this last, I cut all of these wires and I spliced them together with electrical tape. A pretty good job, actually. You can see there's no wire showing. There's a piece over this and there's another piece around it. There's no way, anything's going to happen to those wires. So, what I did was I took the connector going into this, cut the black wire and the red wire being positive, black wire being negative/ground. Took that, cut those wires. I took some red/pink wire and some black wire. This is all 22 gauge, by the way, so you need to go to your local hardware store or Radio Shack. This was bought from Radio Shack. 22 gauge wire, and wire it into this. Now, once you wire it into this, you will have what I have here. Basically, this will plug right into the car. So this goes back here, plugs into the car. This will go up through this hole right here and out there and be wired into those cables on the shifter. Now, just so you know, this is also 22 gauge wire, and this is your negative/ground, and this is your positive wire. What I have to do now is stick this back into the car, plug that in, Get these wires back plugged in with those switches. There's a little wire down here. Watch out for it. It needs to go back under this little tab. And then I should be able to theoretically wire in the shifter, put the shifter on. So I have gotten all 5 screws back in. 2 up here, 2 down there, 1 under these buttons. I have replugged in the buttons. Now I am going to finish wiring these 2 wires. You remember, black is negative, red is positive. Going to wire them into this shift knob now, just sitting right here. Wire this in, tuck this in, then basically just put this shift knob on, and we should be good to go. Alright, there's my final connection. I'm going to basically tuck this back underneath here and put this in here, and I'm not going to do this one-handed, so I'm going to turn the camera off and I will talk to you once I get this on here. Just going to push it down and it should theoretically go right on. Alright, the shift knob is on. What I had to do was I had to basically put this on until it stopped, and then just push it down with some force from my hand and tap it a few times. And basically what there is there's like a, I want to say screwdriver, like a flathead thing that sits up from the shift knob. But that basically is just a groove to keep this from spinning. And you just got to push it into that groove. It'll be tight. But tight is good. So once you get that in, basically you just slide this boot in, just push it in. There are 4 clips, 1 clip here, 1 clip here, 1 clip here, 1 clip here. Actually there's 5, 1 clip here. Oops. And once you do that, this will sit right in there. It'll look really nice. I have now placed the center console cover into place. I need to screw these 2 screws in, put these vents back into place, and then pop this back in. Follow reverse procedure for how we took it out. And install done. There you go. You can see that my shift knob is now illuminated in a 540i. Very nice. So, now you know how to install an E39 M5 illuminated shift knob in a 540i. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you in later E39 source videos.